first of all, however, also. These are what we call transition words. In this video, I'm going to teach you 10 of the most commonly used transition words in Spanish that will make you a better speaker. Now, let's transition into that intro. Hola a todos! Transition words help add coherence to what we say by linking and connecting our ideas. In just a few minutes, you can say goodbye to clunky, broken sentences and start sounding more fluent almost instantly. If your goal is conversational Spanish, make sure to check out BaseLang.com, where you can get access to unlimited one-on-one Spanish classes with native-speaking teachers via Zoom. So, without further ado, let's jump into our top 10 transition words. Number 1, antes que nada. Antes que nada is a great place to start because it means first of all. Here it is in a sentence. Tenemos que reservar el boleto antes que nada. This means, first of all, we have to book the ticket. Generally, transition words are really useful when talking about a sequence, order, or time. Número 2, sin embargo. This is Spanish for however, but can also mean nonetheless. In a sentence, you could say, este mes tuvimos buenas ventas. Sin embargo, aumentaron las quejas por tardanzas en las entregas. This month, we had good sales. However, complaints about late deliveries increased. In this case, we're using the transition word to talk about a change or contrast in ideas. Another example of this is number 3, pero. Pero is a super commonly used transition word. It's Spanish for but. Let's see it in a sentence. Quiero ir al cine, pero no tengo dinero. This means I want to go to the movies, but I don't have any money. You can use this transition word to emphasize or add information. A really useful word that does this is number 4, también. También means also. So you could say, Carlos me dijo que logró organizar todo. También me dijo que ayudó a sus compañeros. Carlos told me he managed to organize everything. He also told me that he helped his teammates. Our 5th word is además. There are several English translations for this word, including besides, also, furthermore, and in addition to. Here's an example of it in a sentence. En el hotel, además de tener las comidas incluidas, también incluyen las bebidas. This means, in addition to having meals included in the hotel, they also included drinks. We've covered half the words. Since you're still here, why not transition into a subscriber by clicking the button below? Now, when it comes to emphasizing your point, you can use a transition word like number 6, de hecho. De hecho means in fact. Here's a sentence. Me ascendieron en el trabajo. De hecho, ahora tengo un asistente. This would mean I was promoted at work. In fact, I now have an assistant. Transition words are also great to use when listing examples, and maybe the simplest one to use in this case could be number 7, por ejemplo. Por ejemplo means, you guessed it, for example. So instead of just listing your example, you can begin your sentence with this transition word. Por ejemplo, you could say, por ejemplo, si compras el pasaje de avión ahora, será más económico. This means, for example, if you buy the plane ticket now, it'll be cheaper. Transition words come in handy when talking about causes and effects. A common example is our 8th word, entonces. Entonces is the Spanish word for so. Here's an example of it in a sentence. Estoy un poco cansada, entonces no puedo ir a la fiesta hoy. This means I'm a little tired, so I won't be able to go to the party today. You can even use transition words to emphasize the effect of a feeling towards a situation. Take our 9th transition word, por suerte. Por suerte means luckily. So you could say, mi abuelo se cayó de la cama, pero por suerte no está herido. This means my grandfather fell out of bed, but luckily he's not hurt. Did you catch that? I snuck in a pero. Our previous transition word? Yeah, I did that. And finally, transition words can be used to conclude a thought or idea. To do this, you can use our last word, number 10, en conclusión. En conclusión means in conclusion. And it's the perfect word to round off our list. Let's see it in action. En conclusión, espero que hayas aprendido algo nuevo en este video. This would mean, in conclusion, I hope that you learned something new in this video. And there you have it. 10 Spanish transition words. Now, there are so many more transition words you can use to enrich your Spanish. You can add more personality to your Spanish with phrases like digamos que, which is Spanish for let's say, or use them to make comparisons with phrases like justo como, which means just like. The more transition words you know how to use, the smoother and more fluent your Spanish will sound. Check out the full article in the description below for our ultimate list of transition words, suitable for whatever scenario you find yourself in. If you're looking to make the transition from beginner to conversational Spanish, head over to BaseLang.com and schedule your first class with a live teacher today. With BaseLang, you can take unlimited one-on-one Spanish classes with native-speaking teachers, all via Zoom. Try your first week today for only $1. If you're looking to brush up on more Spanish lessons, check out our video on funny Spanish phrases. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next lesson.